Hello, how you guys doing? James here. Hope you're having a good day. Well, it's been interesting. Let me make this an interesting outtake, and when it comes to relationships, I think love is wonderful. Who you fall in love with is great. No matter if you're a man or woman. But for some of these women out here, I'm starting to wonder what's really going on. And why is a certain segment of certain women attracted to a certain segment of personality? But I'm going to show you this video. How here's three interracial couples, and shout out to AC Commentary, and I'm show you one on Jeremy Hill, and it's another guy I want to show you that they point out some things about women, the type of men that they want, particularly the women that look like it's from our culture, and what they would put up with, but they wouldn't put up with the same thing that some of the men like us in our culture do. But it's really interesting. So we're going to take a closer look at what's going on.
You see that photo? That photo right there, the Keisha in the middle. That is, she has a channel called Kings of Queens, right? Queens with a K, right? And you see those other Keishas? You know when that picture was taken, that is in that same community that this Keisha, the one in the middle that has a channel, that's the Brad that she's with, that's his community. That's the same community where her children from a black man were called the N-words. In that community, they were called the N-word. And when she told him about it, he got upset with her. I'm telling you, Brad don't want to hear that. If you're talking about racism and things that's affecting you, Keisha, Brad don't want to hear nothing about that. So he got upset, and she left thinking that he was going to follow her. I did the live on it. I did a live on this. I did a live video on this where she was explaining it, and she even tried to cover up the fact that it was his hometown until at the end of the video she slipped up and said, yeah, that's where he's from, that's where he raised. Where her son was being called the N-word is where he's from, and this is where this picture's taken. So these Keishas are all in a community where they're being called the N-word and have no problem with it. No problem. No problem. Do you see those Brads in it? They look like every day they say the N-word. They look like they say it right before they wake up. They say it in their sleep. Right before they wake up, they say it in their sleep. And as soon as they wake up, they say it at the breakfast table. They say it at lunch. They say it before lunch. These Brads look like 50% of their conversations start with N-word. That's what they look like. Yet, this is who they with. This is who they with. And the reason why I point these things out, black men, is because the truth of the matter is this, it's an injustice. You know why it's an injustice? It's an injustice to you. And you know why it's an injustice to you as a black man? Is because you've done so much for them. I know we don't care what they do now, but put yourself into the shoes of a brother right after bondage. Let's say the 1870s, all the way to the 1940s, 1950s. Each brother from that era was able to see what was going on. Even though it was happening back then, they didn't see it back then. They had no idea. But imagine if they saw what was going on now. We're talking about brothers who literally lost their lives protecting Keishas. Literally. Fighting for them. Fighting for themselves and fighting for them. We're talking about brothers that provided for them. We're talking about brothers that went out into the world and dealt with the nastiness, dealt with the harsh brutality that was given to them just because they wanted to provide for their family, just like the next man. Just like the next man. And they've done it. And they've done it under the cruelest conditions, only to look at today and see nothing but Brad worshipers. How would they feel? They'll feel betrayed, right? And you, black men of today, would say to him, hey, listen, I know how you feel, but if you actually look back in your era, just take a look. Sit down and think about it. They wasn't rocking with you before. They wasn't rocking with you then. They were Brad worshipers then. You just didn't know about it because you was too busy being a provider. Out there 12 hours a day, 14 hours a day, coming in, bruised up, fighting just so you can get a slot, just so you can get a spot on the docks. So you can bring home some bread and vegetables, and if you're fortunate, maybe some meat to make a stew, so they can survive and you can pay the rent so they have a roof over their head. And you've done that. You've done that. They were treasonous out the gate. Out the gate. And the reason why I show this a lot is because I want brothers to understand that they only want you for your resources. I'm tired of seeing brothers get used. I'm tired of seeing brothers get treated like second-class citizens in these relationships by these kids. I'm tired of brothers doing the most but getting the least. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of seeing it. I'm tired of seeing it. I'm tired of seeing brothers doing the most but getting absolutely the least. They got to do so much for a Keisha, but Brad has to do nothing. I've shown y'all this countless times. I've shown you this countless times. This Keisha right here, right? This dude didn't show up for 9 months. 9 months. That Brad didn't show up for 9 months. She left. He didn't come back for 9 months. You know what he was doing in those 9 months? Having a good old laugh with his friends and families and the rest of those Brads in the picture about how she's just going to have to get over it. Then when he came back, he only came back to visit and he went back home. Yet they got hundreds of thousands of subscribers on that channel just because Keisha looks at that situation and think she really wants to be in that type of relationship. Not because Brad's a provider, not because Brad is ambitious and doing things. No. Just because he's a Brad. These Brads are not providing nothing. This is their justification for being with a Brad. Oh, he provides nothing. Matter of fact, when he gets When these Keishas get with them, how many videos I showed you where Brad said, you gotta go to work? You working. They be lying. They stay lying about Brad having, they at home baking cookies while Brad is out there providing. Right. Like we're not out here in the world. Like we don't know what's going on with Brad. Like Brad is not telling the truth. How many Brads that shout out to the brothers in the Patreon. How many Brads have I shown in the Patreon? How many things that I posted what Brad was saying? Brad said, respectfully, we're not doing none of that. How many that I posted in the Patreon? Brad said, we're not doing none of that. Brad said they're not taking them on dates. They're not paying their bills. They're not doing none of that. They're not doing any of that. That's exactly what Brad said. He's not doing none of that. None of that. Yet, they tell you, black men, that you have to go and you got to pay for everything. You got to make sure that they're straight. You got to make sure you got to put them first before you. And what do you get in return? You get attitude. You don't get fitness. That's out the door. You don't get no cooperation. You don't even get a meal. You don't even get. And if you do get a cooked meal, they make it look like it's some big. You gotta pretend like it's some big celebration. Oh, she cooked for me, yay! That should be average. That should be the least do for you is cook. It's a big thing when she cooked. This is nasty work. This is absolutely nasty work. And yet you deal with it all the time. No. Enough is enough, black men. Enough is enough. You've done enough. Sincerely, you've done enough. That's why, these dudes that be sitting down at the table, these dudes with these channels that want to sit at the table and make deals with Keishas, for what? For what? So they can do the same thing over? No. Shout out to brothers that's doing what they're supposed to be doing and understanding that Keisha is a bad deal. It's a bad deal. Listen, I don't care if brothers is out there with Becky, Maria, if they traveling across seas to get with a ling-ling. Shout out to those brothers. Because they getting a lot more cooperation from them than they ever got from Keisha. Even if Becky got some things going on with them, or Maria got some things going on with them too, it's nowhere near the level as Keisha when it comes to black men. When it comes to black men, right? Keisha look at black men as something that is easily obtainable. That's it. They don't look at you as the prize, black men. They look at every other race of men as a prize except you. They look at you like you're easy to get. That's why they don't have to do nothing for you. They look like, well, you're a black man. You're supposed to automatically be involved with them just because you're a black man. You shouldn't look at no other race of woman, no other ethnic background. You shouldn't look at none of that. Only a black woman. And the reason why is because that's what you've been doing. That's what you've been doing. You've been a cleanup man. They won't run for you. They won't be out there working out, running for you. They won't be submissive to you, none of that. But they'll do that for Brad. If you see a Keisha outside jogging, which you rarely do, but if you do see one out there jogging, she's not jogging for black men. She's running a marathon for Brad. The only thing Brad don't get, this is the one thing Brad don't get though. This is why black men get the last laugh. Because they know one thing that Brad doesn't understand. Brad doesn't know. They know one thing that Brad does not know. And you know what that is? Brad gets the same Keisha that black men get at the end of the day. Regardless how submissive she be in the beginning, how much she smiled for Brad, at the end of the day, ultimately, he gets the same Keisha. The same Keisha. So, look how happy they are to be in that community where they get called the N-word every day. Look how happy they are. Look at those Brads. Look how those Brads is looking. Yeah, look how those Brads are looking. They look like overseers. They look like overseers. And this is the reason why you got to stay away from them. For a group of people that have this much hatred for themselves, you think they're going to have any love for you? You see the video I did with that Keisha and the Brad, the special needs Brad? you seen that? She wanted to be a Becky. When have you seen black men put on a Justin Bieber wig? Outside with the Justin Bieber looking crazy, wanting to be a Brad. You don't see that. You don't see that. Anyway, shout out to black men. Shout out to, I see some of the brothers with the super things. Shout out to Don't Care. Shout out to the Blizzard King with the super thanks. The super thanks for the video I did on Dennis Sperling. And shout out to black men. Shout out if there's a lot of new viewers, there's a lot of new subscribers here. Listen, if you're new here, understand something. The brothers are here. They don't get more thorough than you don't get more thorough than the brothers that's over here. If you want your life to be changed, if you want to learn something, if you trying to understand what's going on, jewels are being dropped in the comment section. There's jewels being dropped in the comment section. These brothers know what's going on. These brothers been around. These brothers can help you navigate through life. All you have to do is just read the comments. Like I said, the comment section will save your life. I see certain brothers in the comment section soaking up all the knowledge that these brothers have been given in that comment section, and they are saying it's saving their lives. Saving their lives. Right? Also, I understand that, a lot of brothers are saying the comment section, when they put these comments, they getting restricted and all this, the comments. Hey, listen, join the Patreon. That's what the Patreon is for.
I'm going to go ahead and go to the next video. That's a different outtake. But it gets even interesting. Watch this video from Jeremy Hill.
With Chevy Silverado and Silverado HD, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them with up to 30.
Welcome to the Jeremy Hill Show. If you're easily triggered, leave now because this is not the show for you. Excuse me. Now, what I'm going to do is discuss how our modern day American black women love to be in toxic relationships. They love the bad boys. They want a man that's been shot a couple hundred times and been stabbed 50 more. They want a man that look like he been in a dumpster and smell like skunk booty juice all day. They want a man that's selling that rock, that powder, everything, and they want to risk their lives behind these men. So we're going to talk about that particular woman who's like that. Now, I got some clips for you, gentlemen, and I want to show you the mentality of these women who are deranged in their mind, in my most humble opinion. Now, this is used for educational purposes and out of fair use. Let's go ahead and get started on it, gentlemen, right now.
They the
went viral. Jada, Lil Baby's baby mom. She went viral saying that she likes street guys, guys who have, guys who are in street shit, guys who carry guns, guys who, guys who are just in the street. She says that they're more fun. And you agreed with that?
Yeah, you said Jada said that.
Jada did say that. Lil
Yeah,
Baby's,
that's
baby
true.
mom.
That's absolutely true. That's true. It's a thrill. That's all that is. It's like, I don't know, thrills is fun. You know? It's exciting. Being with somebody that's calm and just, you know, don't got nothing going on, it's like, let's do something exciting. Where the excitement is, like, let's get into a fight, you know?
She said, being with someone who's calm. Now, let me tell you, stability is not exciting. Being in a routine, functional life is not exciting. I know you can go out and have fun, but sometimes you can't go have as much fun as you like. This is the words of an immature woman. It doesn't matter how successful the woman is or how little success she has. If a woman does not have the ability to have or to execute good judgment or discernment in this matter, she will always chase quote unquote bad boys, quote unquote thugs, drug dealers, gangsters. And they will always find themselves in predicaments where the boyfriend or the man is going in and out of jail, repeat offenders. She might get caught up in his nonsense, might go to jail behind him, have to bail him out. But this is the type of woman who loves this type of stuff. Why? I don't know.
Because they think it's black culture.
Yo, so your life being on the line every day, that's a thrill?
No.
Your life is a thrill?
No, I ain't gonna lie. It used to be, but it ain't gotta be every day. It could be here and there, but not every day. But
You like a guy to where every day his life is different. He's doing something. It's a different day every day.
I mean,
Like a guy working a job, the same, come home, go to work, no excitement. So you don't want that. You want
no,
something
ain't
to
nothing
where
wrong
every
with
day
that.
is different.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. But he gotta be fun. He gotta do something to make up for, like.
So here's the thing. First, let me say what she talking about a while ago. She says she don't mind having her life in danger, not every day, but once in a while. Here and there, let my life be in danger. This is foolery. Now, she said the man that's good got a structured lifestyle, he got to be fun. Okay, my question is for you. Why did you get in a relationship with that dude? Because you already knew that he wasn't the type of fun guy that you wanted before you got into a relationship with him. You assumed that he was going to change his behavior and routines because now he's with you? No. He'll probably take care of you and try to be loving and affectionate to you and be who he is. But he's not going to start doing all this extra shit that you enjoy. He wasn't like that before. So stop trying to change the man or get mad or resent the man because he's not hooky and ray-ray. You chose to get with the good dude. Good men, decent men are different from bad and indecent men. So choose what you want.
Like, not even make up for what he doing. He just gotta be fun. You know, you can have a regular job. You just better be turned like. But that's the excitement. You know, that's the excitement, and that's what street dudes bring. They bring that excitement, like high speed, running from the police, shooting with the nigga, like shit like that.
Yeah. This woman said running from the police, shootouts, and shooting.
Yeah, driving fast, smoking. It's just like that life is fun.
Yeah.
Hey.
I can't blame you because you really come from that. It's not like you're a suburban girl and you trying to be that. That's you.
That's what I'm used to. So I don't know. When I meet dudes and they don't be like that, it be like I be missing home. Like I need a hood nigga. Like that's what I mean. I be feeling like when I go to other places, it ain't nobody like. It's not nobody like my St. Louis.
Now, she made a very good point about one thing she did say. That's the type of man that she's used to. I've been the hard head, go ahead woman like that before too in my time. Well, like that's all that she was used to. Her boyfriend got stabbed up, shot up, sold drugs, did drugs and stuff like that, and she called herself trying to do a 180 and try to cross over to another side. But if that's what you like, that's what you like. And That's not what you used to. That's what you're used to. Some people are used to chaos and can't change from that. Some people are used to dysfunction and cannot change that. And they always gonna be like that. They're always gonna find themselves trying to look for something, other than that, but they'll never get higher. They'll never do that.
What I'm starting to figure out is every guy that I attract all look like criminals.
Is that your type, would you say?
I think so. Like, they all look like criminals.
So what is it about these criminals that's so attractive?
I don't know. It's something about him that look like he on his way to jail that just gets me. Like, I don't.
She said there's something about an N-word that look like he's on his way to jail. She want a man that looks like he's about to do some time.
No. It's like, if I'm able to just hit you, you're a bitch.
So you want to hem you up? That's what you said. That's why you picking these young?
No.
To hem your ass up?
No, but I don't want to be able to make you feel like less of a man. If I'm able to make you feel like less of a man, you're not.
So you pick.
That's just another example, gentlemen, of the sickening, disgusting mindsets of some women. See, what happened, these women at their youngest years, when they are so hot and attractive, they do this. But when they get older, then they start to look for men of substance.
Why are women drawn to the persona of a bad boy? Is the lack of exposure, trauma, or culture disguised as preference? Doesn't mean boring, smart, or morally good, and hood don't mean dumb and uncultured. Just because a person is a thug doesn't mean he can protect you, doesn't mean he can fight, doesn't mean he ain't scary.
I gotta say, he's right. I know a lot of so-called quote-unquote gangbangers too, and thugs who cannot fight and scared to fight and won't fight without their friends. But these are the thug dudes. I mean, they out there smoking, drinking, selling, the wrong type of thing to sell. They're doing all this stuff, but are pussies. They are scary. They cannot fight. How I know for a fact, when you start to see them doing this right here, like this right here, I'm trying to tell you, most of them dudes can't fight, bro. I'm telling you, they really can't fight, man.
Does not mean he gonna pull up. Understand that you're dealing with persona, and you will remain single until you deal with your unhealthy desire for something that's not a reality. Ladies, we have to start having an interest in who's going to be a phenomenal father, not a phenomenal fighter. Stop trying to change a man and stop trying to nurture him to make him something that he is not. Because for those of you who want a persona, you may have missed the love of your life 5 times over.
That's true. I got a few more clips to show you. 1 second, Joe. I'm trying to pull it up for you, trying to pick them in the order. I want y'all to see this mentality. It's so crazy.
If you are a boring, nice man, do not date. And don't let a woman find out that you're willing to spend money. Okay, don't date. You're gonna get used. Don't be surprised if your girl find out she's been, doing a little extracurricular activities with another man, and you be like, wait, what? I never saw that coming. Like, that's not for you. You're good for him. Well, yeah, I know I'm too good for him, but he's not boring.
Before this goes in the phone, let me tell you something. Hoes chase excitement. Women chase stability. There's a difference. A whore, a street running whore, or Casamigos, that type of woman chases excitement and thrills and won't be nothing to you, gentlemen. But a woman who has a traditional mindset of humility and wants to be someone's wife, they don't act like this. They don't. So this woman says if you're boring and nice and have money, you're not a dude that they want. This type of woman.
This type of woman is also the same type of woman we see time and time again. She looks for excitement in her young years when she's beautiful. Give her to the age of about 35, fellas. She's going to be looking for a guy like you to settle down. And now all of a sudden, she's going to want a provider and a protector when they really don't give a fuck about providing and protecting at a certain time in their lives. She clearly just wants excitement. And she's actually distancing herself from the structured men. The men she can have a good, fulfilling life with.
Right.
She don't want that. A lot of women just think they can just pawn themselves off to men and have all kind of crazy sex, and then when they're finished, we're just gonna be over here waiting for them. And they got a rude awakening. If you were doing that in your youth and in your beautiful years, and you don't want to give that to a structured man like me or like my guy, you stay in the streets. Stay in the streets. You stay there. You don't get to come over here no more. You gave it to them. I don't want it.
Precisely. I don't want it. Keep it over there. Stay in the dumpster.
Right.
Keep looking for trash.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because we ain't got nothing to do with that, man. A man that is a decent, successful man does not want a woman who act chaotic. Not at all.
These women are chasing after, that they like these bad guys and these prisoners and all that. They're not looking for no relationship. They'll even go as far as to marry. They don't take that serious. They don't take no vows or nothing serious. They're in it for themselves. They're trying to get what they can get out of it. But that is what the community and the culture is turning into, liking anything, like I said the other day. And the music is a huge contributor of it. You end up...
I agree. The music is a major contributor to this nonsense.
Exactly.
My community, our community, we have some weak-minded people.
Yes.
You can tell them anything.
Right.
They can believe anything.
They should.
And they believe, you got Cardi B saying she don't cook and clean, but you see her all over social media cooking and cleaning for her husband. You got Nicki Minaj saying stuff that she said, but then she didn't have a baby until she got married. I don't know why our women don't have good wisdom or discernment.
That's what I'm saying.
And the music is a huge contributor of it. You end up liking somebody that looks shot, stabbed, somebody that looks like they done went through some ghetto war. They just look filthy. Look like they done been digging in a garbage can all day and night. And the dirtier they look, the more you like them. Anybody that looks clean looks like
Dirty
a
look and dirty
cornball
mouth.
or square.
Hey, I can't disagree with that gentleman, man. I think he hit the nail on the head with some of it, man. He went in, didn't he? But I go in, but he had a more of a different presentation. Play one more video, I believe, for y'all, so y'all can see the more stuff that these silly women are saying. Oh, I'm sorry, I got two. There you go.
The closer you fit to that stereotype, you like some girls will be they'll just be down, especially black chicks. They like that shit. I think that mostly attracts black chicks. I don't know what it is, bro, but they like that. They don't like when a dude has it together. I don't want to cut it, but yeah, bro. And I don't want to say that because it sounds like I'm trying to bash. I'm not bashing black women, but it just is what it is. Yeah. That's been my experience. I attract girls, Latinas and white girls. That's what I attract. Yeah, same. I think because I had that professional, clean cut R&B type of look, that's why I also mostly attract Hispanic and white women. And you guys be in the comments like, do you not like black women? I'm like, black women don't like me.
Looking at them in the way they talk, you know what I'm saying, and what they was.
Before we go any further, this guy that's been talk right now is a straight hater. He lacks understanding. I'm gonna explain what he's talking about in a second. But he's responding back to what I just showed you, and I'm gonna explain what he's not getting it.
You know what I'm saying, and what they looking at them in the way they talk, you know what I'm saying, and what they was saying. Yeah, you going to a black club and you want the baddest one in there. You know what I'm saying? You don't qualify for that. Your game ain't there. Yeah, care less how you look, care less where your status at. I can hear it in your voice. Your game ain't there. Come to my school, come to Sleeves University. I can make you.
Okay, let me break down the foolery that he just said. When he say black club, it's identify the ones he's talking about. He's talking about hood club. Okay?
Yeah.
Black people go to different types of clubs.
Yeah.
Where there's some that's classy and there's some that's trashy.
Yeah.
He's talking about that. Because if you're a good looking man, smelling good, got a good personality, and if you go to a trashy club, yeah, you ain't gonna pull with probably the baddest thing there. Because those type of women like hood dudes who got a couple
exactly. Yeah, that's true.
A couple drugs.
That's very true.
And I'm not knocking the men who done that because I've been in jail. I've done things before. But I can speak from my own experience. You get what I'm saying? Those type of women are not going to look for those type of clean-cut guys unless they're going to use him. But if you go to other environments where women are mature and know what they're wanting in life and want peace, these men will scoop them up. So like he just all over the place. I don't know where he got that from. That was just silly what he was saying, but apparently to me he's not really sophisticated or cultured to really understand life. Because and I ain't trying to talk bad, but it's just the truth of it. I got one more to play for you. Some silly stuff that a woman said.
Urban fiction is like like you either like it or you don't. But I love it, and I'm happy to be going back to the streets. I'm ready to read some hood books, some hood okay, and enough of that lovey-dovey shit. I need to pull out some guns and, you know, have a shootout, you know, maybe 1 or 2 drive-bys. So I'm excited to read it.
Oh my God. These are black women saying this.
You need a man that's gonna pull out a couple guns, shoot a few people, maybe 1 or 2 drive-bys. Gentlemen, what the fuck?
Oh, it gets even better. Let's go to his channel. Told you. The women are saying they sell. We ain't making this up.
Joseph, you're welcome to the
Why
Coffee
the black men and women come together? That's why.
Feel better. Woman says being an adult is realizing this.
What's this?
No more wasting time. Let's check it out.
Being an adult is realizing that your type ain't gonna marry you. Yep, you heard me. Your type ain't gonna marry you. It stressed me out when I heard it though. God put that on my spirit and said, girl, share it with your friends. Share it with the cousins because they needed a girl. You want to get married to a good man. A good man. And a good man ain't your type. How you feel about that, Niche? I don't know.
Good man ain't your type. I hope you guys are listening.
I think I'm the only chick on the internet that stresses herself out every single day. As soon as I open my mouth, it get dangerous. Being a realist sometimes is too much. The pressure is too heavy. It's too heavy. But they say you can manifest great things when you just speak it out loud, child.
Alright, so there you guys go. So this woman just said, being an adult is realizing that your type ain't gonna marry you. She had to drink that coffee. Now, when I heard that, I said, her type, and immediately knew that there are only 2 types that a lot of these women, because this video went viral and a lot of chicks could relate to this. There are only 2 types of men that these women realize. I don't think this guy, this type of guy, will get on one knee and marry me, would make a good husband for me. What type do you guys think that is? Well, the first type is the man who is out of her league. That's the first type that she could be talking about. This is the guy who surpasses her on the sexual market value scale. The second type is, can you guess? Pookie. So, now the question is, who are these women crying will never settle down with them? Well, we can narrow this down using 2 points. The first is that she said, you want a good man, but you're not attracted to good men. So, this guy she's talking about wouldn't be somebody who that most people would classify as, hey, that's a good man for a long-lasting relationship. This is like the chick who was showing the photos of the women who posted their baby daddies during like this trend where women were complaining about the fathers who they're allowed to impregnate them, and she was saying, are you serious? Was it giving present father?
Let's just play a game, okay? So, what about this gave active daddy? I just want to know. Like, and a lot of these men have multiple baby mamas. I'm talking 3+. Okay. What about this gave longevity, long-term relationship?
And all the men that were being posted with multiple baby mamas were pookies. And she was like, yo, how could you not have known that this man was not a good man for marriage? So we know her type, who she's talking about, isn't considered a good man at first glance. The second part is, if it's the guy who is out of her league, you know, who surpasses her when it comes to his SMV, usually a lot of women are able to realize that that guy isn't gonna settle down with them. They usually catch on, right? Those type of guys. They understand this earlier on because eventually he's stringing you on long enough and you're getting angrier by the day because usually that type of guy isn't even alluding to the possibility of a marriage. He's not trying to get you pregnant like the other dudes. He's just trying to have a good time, and women usually are able to figure this out pretty quickly. So it only leaves us with the other option. She's talking about Pookie. Drink the coffee.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
This is the man who she said I had to grow up and realize he wasn't going to settle down. Now you may disagree and say, Chisha, how do you know?
Wow.
Down. Now you may disagree and say, Chisha, how do you know? Well, if that wasn't enough proof, I checked the comments after I came to this conclusion, and this is what I saw. First comment here says, you're right. I'm a good girl looking to marry a dude with a neck tattoo. Guys, here it is. Here it is. And this doesn't mean every guy with a neck tattoo is necessarily Pookie, no. But we all understand what she's trying to say is that she wants Tupac in a suit. Here's another comment that says, no, girl, because maybe I can change him. With the crying and laughing emojis. These are probably single moms who are a roster of baby mamas to another man who have realized by repeated decisions and mistakes that they keep going after the same type, and finally it clicks. This type of guy is not going to settle down and marry me. Why is this important? Why is this an important conversation? Well, because I recently released a video that was titled Black Women Love Pookie, and in that video we had Dr. Umar, who was arguing on a panel and talking about how women are forced to choose Pookie, and that's not what they want.
If she's picking Pookie and Ray Ray instead of
you're making her a scapegoat.
No, she's picking a scapegoat.
No.
There's good
Can I ask you a question?
that they
why she even got it? Why is there even a Pookie in the selection? So what I'm saying is, black men, we got to be patient with our women because we created that personality. We created that, and then we want to act like we didn't play a role.
We have to be held accountable for their poor selection.
No, you have to be held accountable. No, you have to be held accountable because they have a poor selection.
When we, in fact, know that's not true
No.
at all. I also want you guys to remember that this shouldn't be confused with women who grow out of like that bad boy phase, which almost every woman's gonna go through, guys. There's no way of avoiding this. That phase of maturing and wanting a good man because they've learned from past bad experiences. This shouldn't be confused with what this chick is talking about. What this chick is talking about is, damn, I find these other guys, right? I find Pookie irresistible. He is my first choice. And a lot of guys like to say, oh, that's most women. No. Eventually, a lot of women want peace too. Some of them will always be in love with Pookie. And if they do settle down with the good guy, with the guy who's not so exciting, who doesn't bring as much drama into their life, then they'll always have that urge or yearning to get back in the streets and go after what they really want. And they'll never really appreciate and love their partner how a woman really should appreciate, respect, and be attracted to their partner. Don't believe me? Check out more of these comments. This first comment says, no one is gonna force me to marry someone who is not my type. I don't care. It's easy to see her type, man. Just look at the previous men who she's dated. You notice that a woman who's attracted to the type of man who these women are talking about, you see a history of the last guy, over baby daddy, over her past lovers, right? The men who she was dating, the men who've been busting their cheeks. You'll be able to see, like, oh, you've got a very obvious type here. Women who have truly kind of changed their priorities and have learned like, yo, I don't want that type of chaos. You also see a history of respectable men in their dating history. Here's another comment that says, that reminds me of when my granny used to say, they gotta like you more than you like them. Another comment here says, someone on this app said they're not your type, they're your pattern, and I've never been the same. Here's another comment that says, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, with the laughing emoji, so they didn't want to hear any of this. Another comment here says, I'm telling my therapist you said this to me. Somebody else here, or at least she has a therapist, right? Shout out to that chick. Another comment here says, you could have kept that to yourself, friend. Now I want to cry. Here's another comment that says, ma'am, I did not need this today. I'ma stay the Lulu. Another comment here says, she ain't lying. I mean, my husband is a great man, but definitely total opposite of what I wrote down 13 years ago. Laugh out loud. Now guys, these last 3 comments are crucial in understanding what I just explained here. Pay attention, right? This next comment says, okay, so hear me out. I already divorced the opposite of my type. So how'd that work? This woman right here is saying she divorced the good guy. That's not who she wanted, right? She wanted Pookie, but she divorced the good guy. And she says, so how's that work? This is a clear example of a woman who decides to, in her mind, settle for the good guy and leaves him because that's not what she truly wants. You want to make sure you avoid women who are not used to dating good men who are drama free. Another woman here says, Future and Russell Wilson all over again. This had like over 100 likes. If that wasn't enough, here's another comment from another woman who says, my husband had to grow on me. He loves me far more than I love him.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Another woman responded and says, how long did it take? I always said I needed passion off top and couldn't see myself having to grow to love someone, but here I am. And she responded and said, it took me 2 years after our second baby. I saw his dedication and kindness. It was unmatched. He loved me and I was.
Now you see what we talking about? Now you see? And this gonna produce why some men, hold on, are doing this.
Passport bros.
Yeah, passport bro is a term used to describe a Western man who leaves their country in order to find a woman from a non-Western country.
There you go, mate. Is that all good? Yeah. Cheers. Nice one. Mate. Thanks.
Some are seeking more traditional relationships, and some just have a preference for foreign women.
Hey girl, I'm right here. I'm single. Why?
The Passport Bros community needs to be studied. Or do they really? Because really what it boils down to is patriarchy, toxic masculinity, and is infantilization and fetishization. Because, like, if you think about it, the basis of their whole ideology is that American girls take too much shit for granted.
How much money do you think a guy should make per year?
100,000. We're entitled.
Like $1 million? $2 million? Like 500 grand? Is that a lot?
A lot. We're expensive.
Yeah. Mills.
How much does a man need to earn to have, to provide a comfortable living here in the Philippines?
30K per month.
30K per month.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're earning 100,000 pesos a month, here in the Philippines, you're considered rich.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, 50K is about $1,000 US.
We're too outspoken. We don't want to follow in line with like the traditional family and couple roles that they want.
These guys approach me, they have these expectations, and I'm nurturing and I'm traditional and I want to take care of them and serve them. Bitch, I don't.
Because never forget, these these types of men want a mother.
The problem is she was a really nice girl, and all she cared about was taking care of me, and I don't need somebody that does that.
Oh.
All she was worried about all the time is how I am and what I'm doing.
Like, have you eaten?
Oh, and everything I do, let me do that for you. No, I can't deal with that.
A slut and a Madonna all in once that won't talk back to them.
What's the biggest green flag? Oh, if they fucking suck my Corey. That's simple, I guess, isn't it? What's the biggest red flag? If they don't.
Because there might be a language barrier, I feel like they like the little giggly oh, I'm sorry, I don't know how to say, I feel like they like that shit, it makes them feel dominant and more intelligent.
So you want someone more independent?
50-50. Yeah.
50-50, an equal partner.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of people in my comments are commenting on Asian women being submissive, and I think that's a misinterpretation of how they show respect.
Some Western women think so highly of themselves that when a man do something for them, they think that it's the bare minimum because they're the queen. Growing up, I wasn't allowed to do the laundry, the dishes, clean the house and everything because what they say is I'm supposed to do that for my man.
And that's really the basis of it all, isn't it? It's not that American women are more entitled.
I know I'm a prize. And so I think that a man should value me for what I am.
We don't recognize our own privilege.
So if the woman is the prize, what would that make the man?
The wallet.
We take our privileges for granted and shit like that.
Am I getting paid? Are you paying my rent? No! What? Do I need to call you a fucking nanny? Boy, bye.
We are just naturally family-oriented people, that's all. And you can't deny the fact here in the United States, it's not like that anymore.
What it really is we are in the dawn of the time when women can be just as advantageous and successful as men have historically been allowed to be.
I don't know who needs to hear this right now, but we don't chase men! We chase the men! We don't chase men!
And now that we are at that age, we will no longer tolerate things like belittlement, domestic violence, putting us in a box, telling us what we will and won't do.
You think all foreigners are rich?
I think they're rich, but not rich by the money, rich in their hearts.
I wish that you guys could see it's really not that complicated with American women. We're just asking to be met halfway as far as respect.
Men are stupid and I don't respect them.
You know, that same respect that you are hoping you get.
I've never felt like a king or got true king treatment until I went out of this country.
Facts.
Type of foreigners that you like? Well, those people who, has an aura that they're approachable and you can sense that they're not, rude. Okay. Those type of foreigners, yeah. Okay, so you guys have to have an approachable aura. Okay. Thank you so much, Mika.
When you go over there and seduce young women.
You let a Filipina from the province plan your date.
Ain't you listening?
No.
She's never been to the club before.
I'm gonna stop it right here. So, really, the women are saying it themselves. The women are letting you know where they stand at. In a segment of women. So, they pretty much putting their own nail in the coffin. Just by their own words, by their own actions, by their own comments. And you wonder why men are staying single and wait till they get themselves together and go to another country. Where on one of my videos, there's tons of women around the world don't view these women like they are in America and other places. There are women are looking for good men that would do hand and foot and know what will give them the love, the nurturing, the femininity. That some women here are just kind of drifting away from that. And they gotta wake up till they about 40, 35, 45, 55, 65, and so on to see that what's going on. It's your own words that came out of your mouth. You're saying this. You're putting this on social media. And men in all walks of life, regardless of income, status, height, weight, hair texture, everything, ethnic background, you just expose yourself to a whole man. Wow. You really don't see the bigger picture. See, you guys be saying something, but you don't think about this. Men watching this. They're single men are probably close to millionaires. They're single, and you just expose yourself. You don't care. You ain't loving. I'm all about the money. I'm all about the dollar. I don't give a darn. If you ain't exciting to me, I'm gonna leave you. Like you see some celebrity marriages and stuff. You see some celebrities, like Tyrese, and his wife left him for no apparent reason. He didn't beat on her. He didn't cheat on her. He didn't do nothing. It was something that couldn't have worked out. Now maybe I can come back. You done put that man through hell. Now you went on here with the divorce, and now it's about to cost him millions. These women don't even think about what they do, man. They so caught up in their booty, their breast, and their beauty. That's what they caught up into. They put themselves as a vanity, as an idol. They've been pumped head so much because some men have gave them a favor and some men is giving them. So you're a queen, you're the most beautiful thing, and their head got swelled up. So now they thought they was the only women in the world, American women, in some of these other Western countries. No way. Men found a way to get up out and make an income, and there's women saying, "What?" They seen this all over the internet and TikTok and YouTube and Facebook. There are single women in places like praying for a man to meet the men in America, and you sitting up there with your little humpty-tufty attitude, and guess what? They might be singing a song to themselves. They telling you you're gonna lose your man. You're gonna lose your man, and that's what they've been praying and they've been hoping. Send him over to me. Send him as he's a good husband candidate. He's a good mate candidate. They probably praying to God for them men to come over, and many other men from all walks of life out of America and other places. So keep doing your thing, American women. And some of our women in our community, keep doing what you're doing. Just keep revealing that, because you're gonna be in the last days. You're gonna be chasing behind an exciting man, getting into a fight, stabbing a woman over a man that probably gonna cheat on you, go with another woman, because that's what kind of excitement you like. Yeah, make it make sense. And have a stressful life, have a criminal record, hard time getting a job. Now you have something on your record, or he has something on his record. Now he has to struggle. Then you turn around and say that he's lazy. Well, he can't lazy, can't get a job because he ain't got a record because of some domestic violence. Think, or it literally cost someone their life, or cost somebody going to the grave. But that's exciting to you. Why black men, they ain't going with the other? That's why. There's the women saying it their own self. And so, what does good black men supposed to do? The square, the lames, the not so attractive here. What you think they supposed to do? Just sit back and wait? Heck no. After you just feel like, oh, I woke up now. No, go back And like I'm with Jeremy, go back to the one. He's a corporate, but he's a reform thug. Go ahead. Why do you want him? He talks too proper. He's just too lame. He's too square. And then women over here saying, "Oh, he's an educated, decent personality man. Bring him over here." Women, they don't even know what they're saying. So it's kind of laughable. And I wish for the men out there who they done told you this stuff. You find your woman. I told you, there's women all around the world will love your personality. You don't have to act like a bad boy. Have tattoos all over yourself. You know. And you don't have to go to extreme like they are over here. They appreciate what you are. And once a lot of women see how a segment of men have able to get their finances and go, you're going to find there's more single women in America. It's going to be one of the countries, America, going to be one where there's more single women. There's going to be so many women that's single. Men of other countries going to wonder, what's going on with these American women? Why are they all single? Then they go some look back at that video and get the translation. What? This is what they told us. This is what they tell American men. Some men that look like myself. We got to act like we got to be on the edge. Lose our freedom in life just to impress you. Ain't that something? Just to impress you. So I get my respect from you. Ain't that crazy? What? But like I said, some people think that's, and it's not. We can't blame this on some white people. You got black people that feel like that's part of the black culture. That dysfunction is part of the black culture. That's dysfunction. I'm sorry. It is what it is. It's dysfunction. And nobody want to call it what it is. And that's why, to the black man and some black, why can't we come together as a community? Because that way of thinking, people speaking like that, I need some excitement. I need someone to do a drive-by and hit an innocent little kid or elderly person. But you okay with that? You see, they don't think about what they think. They don't really think about the consequences. Somebody want a bullet hole in their house. Someone traumatized. But it's okay with you. And you wonder why something was that. They're like, yeah, I think it's time for us to leave the United States. I wonder why is a segment of black men that turn to passport bros, and along with passport Joes, the white guys. Why? Because you say some stupid stuff like that. You got the other women. He got to make $100,000. Come on, we in a down economy. Are you serious? Men is just having the roughest just as women are. You're not going to respect a man, but if you go in other countries, the income is not like that. They still respect them. They don't care if they men out on in some places working, doing mechanic work on the street. It's still a family. Too bad women here don't understand that. Talk about $500,000. And what does that say to the men who are making that kind of money? Bruh, she don't care about you. All she care about you styling with her because she don't have to do a thing. And to my men out there who's making 6 figures, you see what she's saying? She don't have a heart to love you. So for God's sake, if you get sick or something like that, or get in an accident, oh my God, she can't help it. And anybody, a man with money like a man with no money has the same doggone problems. So you men that have the money, have that kind of money, look at these TikTok videos. When these women approach to you, that's why I said, don't be so swayed by her booty, her breast, and her beauty. Don't be those 3 B's. Don't be persuaded by it. Listen what come out of her mouth. Check what's in her head. God gave women a brain, gave them a mouth, gave them common sense, but they don't want to use it. So that might be advice for any man. That hey man, learn to listen to a woman. I don't be swaying. I don't care. I've seen women send me stuff. Attractive women send me. It made me look at them in a whole different light. Like you're just so caught up in that, and you can't accept it. It ain't just your beauty no more. You good eye candy, but it's something more, and they can't accept that because men been giving them money because they're beautiful, because they can show a little skin. That stuff is drying out, and they don't know what's wrong. What's wrong with these men? No, you could, because some men, God's waking some men up and show them she's being vain. She don't have my heart. She don't have a heart to love. You're just good to look at. It might be some women. It might be some men that some women might find attractive. It might be good to look at, but when you see that man's personality, it's like, dang. What does he say? It can go both ways either way. So the men who got the money, listen what the women are saying. Listen to what women on TikTok and so she don't give a darn about you. All you are is a paycheck and a wallet and a status. And then if that she respect you, and then later on you build a relationship with her. Here you spend all your money, and then she turn around and cheat on you with some dude that probably don't have your status. Because you too lame, you too square. You don't excite her enough. Don't give your men who have the money, don't give your heart. Keep your heart on the Most High God. And if you have children, that should be the second thing you keep your heart on. If you're a single man with a child who have the money. First, if that woman's not in your life, put your heart on God, put your heart on your children. You can put your heart on your mom, your dad, your sister, whatever. But until that woman, let her prove that to you. Let her prove it to you. It ain't about her booty and her beauty and her looks. Because you see how arrogant they are, and watch it. Watch, because they know how to put on the makeup and they know how to get everything, and that's why they're so vain. That's why they go and get all these lipo pucks, trying to be like a Barbie doll, like every guy desired. But that's not what some guys want. Something beautiful, but guys want something that has a heart, femininity. Someone that gonna have their support bone, have their back. They ain't gonna run away if things get bad. There are some good men out there. You left it, and some of these women have left good men. And you see some videos where they're crying like, oh my God, what was I thinking? There's a lot of gonna be doing that. And first of all, they need some counseling, and need some counseling. Number one, and I know this sounds kind of preachy, but they need to seek the Most High God, because He's the only one can sit up there and deal with you and show you who you really are and how to correct it. He leaves it up to you to correct it. Says another woman can say the same thing who don't have the same mindset, trying to tell you. You won't listen to her because you're saying that she's jealous, she's vain. So they have to take God Himself. So that's my advice. That's why they're gonna keep losing. That's why they're losing the men. That's why they're gonna continue to lose men who have substance and value in here in America and other places, because you don't appreciate the men that you have, and you don't appreciate your blessing till your blessing is gone. And this is for the single women. The married women, they already good. The women are already married. They're happy with their husband, their spouse, their boyfriend, soon to be spouse. They're good. It's the women that sit out here and cry online I can't find no good man. All men is this. And that's why they're single. To the women, ask that question. That's why. Listen to her. Then listen to the men, too. What the men are saying. We're getting fed up with that mess. And there's only so much a nice man can put up with. I don't care how nice he is. And I was one of them. I'm the nicest man, good-hearted man. But every man has a limit. And said, that's it. My choice is not to deal with you no more. I ain't going to put my hands on you. I'm not going to go round and round with you. You know my cord? Boom, gone. That's what men are saying. What's going on with these men? That's why. It's time to knock your ego down. That feminist mindset down. That rebellion down. Because you listen to the wrong voice. And that's the devil telling you to go against your man. So you about to lose. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get off the line, but I hope you like and subscribe to me. But yeah, you see, it's the women that's saying it. It's the women. It's the women that telling you this thing. And now the men are listening, saying, "Oh, that's what it's about." We're looking past the 3 B's: the breast, the butt, and the beauty. Now we're hearing who you really are. Now we're hearing what you're really about. You ain't about being that what God intended for you to be, a nurturing, loving woman. You're being self-centered. And you're being commercialized. And in the end, they're going to lose. All right then, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that younger women see this and learn from these older women's mistakes. Listen to your father. And listen to the men in your life. They're telling you, don't do this. Don't do what the older women do, because you're gonna look at your elder women who are in their 50s, 60s, and 70s and alone, and that don't mean the ones that were widowed. I'm not talking about those women who were married for 40, 50 years. God bless them. I'm talking about those women that were never in a relationship because of their own self-centeredness. They choose to be like that. That's why they're single. They never married. They never had children. Most of them never had children because they didn't have a loving heart. In some cases, they didn't even have a loving heart. So that's why no men never. Some men have come at some point in time and approached them and wanted to be with them, but they didn't want it. So now they got to pay for it. Now they're being so angry and trying to rise women. Oh, you got to see what they're doing. So a younger woman ever come across this video, don't do like these older women do. Learn to have God show you the nature of a woman. That's the best advice. Only God can show you what the nature of a woman is. Don't listen to another. If a woman don't give you no wisdom from God, don't listen to her. If she's not a godly woman, don't listen to her. Because she gonna keep you single and you don't want to learn the hard thing. And don't listen to an old foolish woman that have never learned the lesson for set in their ways. That you'll see what we're talking about. Live, as they say, live long enough. Keep on living, because every day on this earth we're getting up in age. Time will show you. Life will show you, especially when you get by yourself and get alone. When you don't have a whole lot of people entertaining you, you'll see. That's when God gets you the most high show you. Why don't I have someone He'll answer you. He'll show you. He's the equal opportunity, like he does us with us men. That's a fact. So hey, you can be that independent, strong, feminist. I don't have to love. I ain't got to do this. Okay, keep talking crazy. You just talk your man away. And all the men that probably were attracted to you, You just turned them off just like that. And probably with somebody's a millionaire. Alright then. Till next time, guys. I hope you enjoy this video. Share, like, and subscribe. And let it be a teaching lesson to many out there. Be blessed.